Good day. I welcome you to this session on research writing. In this session, our concentration will be on how to write original AI and plagiarism-free research. Part 1. How to write original AI and plagiarism-free research. That is, how do you write an original research that will not be flagged by an AI software or a plagiarism software. Now, there are 3 important skills I consider very important to writing an original research. And the 3 skills are: 1, critical thinking skill; 2, thought organizational skill; 3, good writing skill. 1, again, is critical thinking skill. 2 is thought organizational skill. 3 is good writing skill. I believe if you have these 3 skills, you should be able to do well or write an original research. The first 2, everybody can have that. We often engage in critical thinking on 1 or 2 issues. It is those thinking skills that we also need to deploy to our research. The same thing with thought organization. Then the third one is the one that may require some kind of technicality. So let me explain each of these 3 important skills. Critical thinking skills. That means before you begin to write your research at all, you need to first engage in some kind of critical thinking skill, from some kind of critical thinking, by analyzing the problem you want to investigate. You analyze the problem, you look out for the ideas which you think you are going to develop in your writing. If it is, for instance, literature review you want to write, you will first engage in critical thinking about your topic so that you bring up the concepts which you think are relevant to your literature review. You first of all bring all of them out. So you cannot do this without sitting down and thinking very well. You know, while you are doing this, this is the beginning of originality. You think about these concepts, and then after you are finished thinking about them, you write them somewhere. Then secondly is to now engage in thought organization. Those ideas which you have harvested from your thinking, you now organize them. And you do this by engaging in an outline, by saying, okay, it is this concept that should come first, because you believe this idea should first be explained before another one, because the second one will have to logically follow the first, and the third will have to logically follow the second, and so on and so forth. So in the second important skill that you need to write an original research, which is thought organization, this is where you now have to organize the idea by means of an outline. You prepare an outline. That outline will now look like a layout. Will look like it's like somebody wants to build a house. Will first of all have a building plan before the house is built. So at the second skill, you have to generate that outline, which will now be like a plan for what you want to do. You understand? Now you can see this is how originality starts from. Originality does not begin with you just writing this. It starts from first engaging in critical thinking, which will now allow you to harvest, come up with different ideas which you want to address, and then the second one, which will have to do with organizing those ideas in form of an outline. Then the third one, which is now the main issue, here we call it a good writing skill. This is when we now engage in the actual writing, actual development of those points, those ideas which you have outlined. So these are the 3 critical skills that you need to write an original research. In the second session, part 2 of this topic, we will now begin to look at how to do the writing per se. We will first of all concentrate on what we call paragraphing, because I believe all the ideas will have to be developed in paragraphs. So in our next session, we'll focus on how to develop your paragraph. Thank you very much.